वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Uttaradigana, we are seeing the dhatus, different dhatus, different types of dhatus. Some dhatus take mich optionally, and some dhatus take only atmanepadi. We have seen different categories. I'll try to summarize what we have seen. Then trying to write point by point. Number one, dhatus of Churadigana are Udayapadi. This is general. Generally, dhatus of Churadigana are Udayapadi. There are some dhatus which would take niche mandatorily. Generally, it is Udayapadi. Mandatorily, it will take. It means there are some dhatus which will take niche optionally also. So there are dhatus which take niche mandatorily. They are called Nitya Nijanta Dhatavaha. That is what we have seen as the first category. Let's see, Nitya Nijantaha. These will take niche mandatorily. And therefore they will be Ubhayapadi. Niche takes it mandatorily. Nijanta, therefore Ubhayapadi. Because I have mentioned here, Churadigana dhatus are generally Ubhayapadi. So taking niche, therefore they Ubhayapadi. This is second. Then the next one, there are some dhatus under the section Akusmiya. Akusmiya is a section under the Gana, Churadigana subgroup, which would take niche mandatorily, and only Atmanepadi Pratyas are ordained. So therefore here, the second one I can mention, Dhatu can be the Dhatu or Ubhayapadi. So they take niche mandatorily, and and they are Ubhayapadi. Second point, I'm adding this Ubhayapadi to contrast with the third one. There are some dhatus under section Akusmiya which will take niche mandatorily and only Atmanipadi Pratyasara order. They are called Akusmiya Janta Dhatavaha. This is the third one that we are seeing here. Vanijantaha Akusmiyaha Akusmat Atmanipadinaha iti Ganasutram asti. By that, Akusmiya Dhatus, Nijanta Akusmiya Dhatus will take Atmanipadi. So, under the section Akusmiya, there are Dhatus which are Nitya Nijantaha. And there are Dhatus which will take niche optionally under Akusmiya. Will that be Atmanipadi only? No, because niche is optional. Therefore, it is Ubhayapadi. Vanijantaha Akusmiyaha, that is the next category. Vanijantaha. I'm sorry, and Vanijantaha Akusmiya, they are not Ubhayapadi, they are Atmanipadi only. They are Atmanipadi only. Because under Akusmiya section it is there. Therefore, Atmanipadi only, not Ubhayapadi. So these dhatus we have seen, which are ordained Idit and Udit, four dhatus. The four dhatus under Akusmiya section. There we discuss why that Ikara as it or Ukara as it letter given. So this that we have seen this elaborately. So this under this section, Nitya Nijanta Atmanipati, and there are Va Nijanta. There are some dhatus under Akusmiya which will take niche optionally. There are some dhatus under this section. There are some dhatus, the four dhatus under the Akusmiya section which will take niche optionally. So that I'm summarizing it here. There are some dhatus under the section Akusmiya which take niche and only again Atmanipati Pratyasa order. They are Akusmiya, Vanijanta Dhatavaha. Only four dhatus are there. Vanijanta Dhatavaha. That is number one. Then the next category under the Charadigana is Vanijantaha Asvadiya Dhatavaha. So this I'm writing here summary. You see my page, I'm typing it. Finally, I will paste it here in this document.
Yes, Jia.
Except Swadhatu. Except Swadhatu. All the dhatus under the section Asvadiyaha. Under the section Asvadiya, which are Sakarmaka. Which are Sakarmaka. Except Swadhatu, all dhatus under the section Asvadiya, which are Sakarmaka, will take niche. Will take niche. This is what we discussed in the last class. Dhatus which are Akarmaka
Niche optional, isn't it, Jia?
will not take niche. Dhatus which are Akarmaka will not take niche.
No, Sakarmaka will take niche optional, isn't it, Jia?
Will not. Sakarmaka
will take niche optional, isn't it, Jia?
Sakarmaka will take Sakarmaka dhatus will take niche
Optionally.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Sakarmaka Dhatu, yes, will take niche. That's what we have given the forms, I think. We'll take niche optionally. Yes, Sakarmaka Dhatu and Rasvadiya will take niche optionally. Therefore, only we have two forms. Without niche, it will take shab. So there I have to mention something. Yes. Yeah. Sakarmaka Dhatus under this category will take niche optionally. Yes.
And then Akarmaka will take Shap also, isn't it? That also.
Sorry. Sakarmaka.
Akarmaka will take Shap, isn't it?
Yes. Akarmaka Dhatus will not take niche. Therefore, it will take shab.
Yeah.
Right. And here in the last class, we are, I think this category or the next one, something I want to tell. The next one, I think next. So this we have done many dhatus under this category. Taking niche, there will be padi. Niche is optional. Then shab comes. The shab comes. That point. Okay. Shab comes and they will be parasmepadi. So that I think that point I mentioned before. Let me write that also. Maybe I will write it should not take niche. It means it will take shab. Okay. So these where should I write? I will write at the top here. And right here, this vehicle picker, niche, nijanta dhatus. Vehicle picker, nijanta dhatus. Now these dhatus which can take niche optionally. Vehicle picker, nijanta dhatus. Or Ubepadi or Atmanepadi, or what it will take. Vehicle picker, nijanta dhatus are
What is vehicle picker? I forgot.
which means vikalpa optionally.
Optional. Okay. Optional Janta Dhatus or.
Vikalpa, that's called vehicle picker. Vehicle picker, nijanta dhatus are Ubepadi or Atmanepadi.
Ubepadi. Optional. Okay.
They are Ubepadi. Vehicle picker, nijanta dhatus are Ubepadi. Generally, that also because there are dhatus under Akusmiya which take niche optionally and only Atmanepadi pratyas are added. This is something exception to that. Okay. And that's why I'm writing this as a point as second point. Here Ubepadi generally. I'm just writing the general rule. Vehicle pick and nijanta dhatus are Ubepadi generally. Now, if they don't take niche, if they don't take niche, which means they take shab, then the dhatu would be parasmipadi atmanepadi. Then the dhatu
Parasmipadi.
take shab, then the dhatus can be parasmipadi only. Parasmaipadi only by I read the Sutram. Sheshat Kartari Parasmaipadam. The Sutram is there which tells you Sheshat Kartari Parasmaipadam. The Sutram. Then here itself I write the other point. But before that, you recall what we discussed. How do we know a dhatu? Not in this specifically in this, I'm asking in general. How do you know a dhatu is Parasmapadi or Atmanipadi? We discussed under some section, I think Bodhigana, somewhere we discussed. A dhatu, how do you know it's a Parasmapadi or Atmanipadi?
Udata or Anudata? Depending on whether it's Udata or Anudata.
Very good. One is depending on the swara, right?
Swara.
Dhatu having Anudata it letter. Dhatu having a vowel that ach is there, and the ach is swara is Anudata and Anudata it. So dhatu is having it letter, right? So if it letter is a vowel, it letter is a vowel, it's a ach. And the swara of that it, the letter is Anudata. So Anudata it. So the swara is Anudata, and if it is it, so Anudata it or dhatus having dhatus which are nit. Remember?
Yeah, Anunasika.
Yeah.
This is Anunasika ach, which usvara is Anudata. Here, see, Anudata, it means when we say it must be a vowel, right? And it is it means it must be Anunasika. So Anunasika ach, Anudata Anunasika ach, Anunasika Anudata ach, that vowel.
Swara Anudata.
That is, Anubandha is Anudata ach. Anubandha is that can be removed. That will goes away. That's not the content of the dhatu, right? So if it is Anudata it or dhatus having nakara as with the letter. There are dhatus we have seen where that is as nakara as tracking letter is there Anubandha. Those dhatus they are considered to be
Atmanipada.
just remember.
Yeah.
See. So dhatus which are Anudatagit, this is general. Dhatus, the Dhatapata I explained before, right?
Yes, yes.
Now in the some category, some
Divadigana, when we saw Divadigana.
yes, Divadigana, we discussed this. If you don't remember, I will show you quickly. Then just recall. Just a minute. Divadigana. Divadigana. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not connected to Divadigana, but the context.
When we started, you explained.
Yes.
Divadeyaha udataha udatita. That time.
Yes, Divadigana. Okay. I don't see in Divadigana this document, this discussion.
Very beginning, you started with the Divadeyaha udataha udatitaha. That time you explained all that.
Okay. Maybe I don't know, not here, but we discussed somewhere we discussed this.
You started with Halanta Dhatavaga, then Atupada, then down. Please come down.
It is,
Then,
it is in Divadigana. Sure.
yeah, Divadi only. I remember. The Sutra came Divadayaha udataha udatitaha.
Yes.
That
Yes,
time
Ji,
you
it is
explained
there.
everything.
The beginning itself.
Beginning.
Beginning
That
itself,
is-
yeah. When you started with Halanta
Divadigana.
Dhatavaga.
Yeah, after Halanta Dhatavaha.
Seems to be there. Anyway, maybe I would have cut and pasted somewhere else.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, here it is. This is the one.
No,
Yeah.
no.
After this Grahi, yeah, after this.
Sorry, not this one.
not Saṃskṛtam. Divadigana, you are starting, no, after some 6-7 lines, it is starting.
Okay, maybe I would have done something. I would have cut and pasted that somewhere else. Okay, that part would be useful if it is there.
No, in the introduction you have given.
That's
Introduction. Let me check it just a minute. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe I would have cut and pasted that somewhere else. Anyway, you know what it is, what I'm talking about. So that's okay. Where I placed it, I would have checked that. The discussion on Atmanipadi, Vepadi. Just a minute. The forms of Dhatu. Just a minute. Okay, anyway, it is not there, doesn't matter, leave it. So let me write it here. Dhatus which are anudata, it are which are anudata or ngit would be Atmanipadi, will be Atmanipadi, right? So dhatus, I'm typing it, do you see that?
Yes.
So dhatus which are anudata, it or git will be Atmanipadi. So, and dhatus which are Swarita, it would be having Swarita, it or Ngit or Ngit. Dhatus which are Swarita, it or Ngit would be what? Would be Ubhayapadi. This is what Ubhayapadi is. Kartra Vipraya Kriyapale Atmanipadi. Then otherwise it would be Ubhayapadi. It means when the karma of the kriya goes to the karta, then it is Atmanipadi. If it is not, then it is Parasapadi. Therefore, we call it as Ubhayapadi. Ubhayapadi is not the word used by Panini Maharshi. So that which dhatus can be called Ubhayapadi? Those dhatus which are Swarita, whose swara is Swarita, that Anunasika Aj, that Anubandha Aj swara is Swarita, or dhatus having Nakara as with the letter, like Dukring dhatu example. Karoti, Kurutaha, Kurvanti is there. And in Kurute, Kurvate, that also it is Atmanipadi. Then when you use Parasapadi Atmanipadi, depends on the karma to whom it goes. So this is general classification of dhatus for Atmanipadi, Ubhayapadi. So now in this, if dhatus are in the now this general we know. This is general. This point is general. It is not specific to the 10th gana. Dhatus which are Anudata or Ngit will be Atmanipadi. Dhatus which are Swarita or Ngit will be Vepadi. Now, for the dhatus in the 10th gana, what is the purpose of Nakara as with the letter? Is there any purpose? The dhatus in the 10th gana, like
to denote niche is optional.
sorry?
Which is optional.
Denote niche is
That
optional.
is why Nakara is given as with the letter. That is the usage. Like idit dhatus, we have seen udit dhatus, where ukara or ikara as it are not required. Anyway, it is going to, nakara cannot, it's not going to be upada. Similarly, the same logic. Dhatus having akara as with the letter would be not, it will take niche optionally. It is not for ordering no ubhayapadi. It is not to make the dhatu to ubhayapadi. Anyway, dhatus are ubhayapadi. Then why it must be a nit dhatu, nit churadigana dhatu? So it is for the purpose of ordering niche optionally. That is why I have written this point here, and connected to this, it's going to come later. So you understand the connection.
Yes.
You're going to see dhatus which are nit dhatus in churadigana will be, nit dhatu will be Vaikalpika Nijanta dhatus. That is what we're going to see. It's going to come. So, Vaikalpika dhatus are generally Ubhayapadi in this, and Vaikalpika Nijanta dhatus are Ubhayapadi generally. If they don't take niche, then they take shap. If they take shap, then it will be Parasmaipadi. If they don't take niche, they take shap, then it will be Parasmaipadi. Now, this point you understand. Then coming down further, in the Churadigana, the last one, Asvadiyaha we saw that after that, we saw Adrishiyaha. Adrishiyaha, after Asvadiyaha, Adrishiyaha, they are all Vanijantaha. After Asvadiya, all the dhatus we have seen. Then Adrishiyaha. So here you can note Adrishiyaha. Adrisha is the next dhatus in the dhatu part, next section in dhatu pata. After Asvadiya, basically dhatu pata, whose number is after
200.
Yeah, 199, 200.
200 to 241.
Yeah. What is the next dhatu to this 200? What is the first dhatu starting this section? With that, the section starts. The first dhatu is
Jri. Jri.
after Adrishadva. I'm asking what is the first dhatu? Adrishadva. What tells you this dhatus under the section is Vaikalpika Nijanta dhataha. First dhatu is 201. Yuja is right.
Ujaya.
So Adrishiyaha, the name we gave, can have another name also, Yujadayaha. So we can call it as Adrishiya dhatus or Yujadaya dhatus also we can call. Why? Because the dhatu starts, the first dhatu is Yuj. So Yujadayaha. Yujadayaha means Adrishiyaha, both means same. So you can see here 200. Itaha agre vakshamanaha dhatavaha drisha prasahana iti sutram yavat vikalpena nijantaha bhavanti. That is why it is called Adrishiyaha, starting from here up to Drish Prasahana 241. And the first dhatu is Yujadhatu, therefore it can be called Yujadayaha also. So I am writing the optional name for Adrishiyaha, which is Yujadayaha. Okay. So by the Gana Sutram, Adrishadva, the dhatus under this section will take niche optionally. Without niche, dhatu would be Parasmaipadi. Right? Here, I think here we saw many dhatus, Sri, me, etc. Oh, after this we saw, right? Okay. I mean, we have to see this dhatu. So Jri dhatu we saw, Mi dhatu, then Bring dhatu. Pri dhatu we saw that it will take a Nukkagama optionally. In the Nijanta, we have seen there's a Vartikam. By that Vartikam, it takes niche. It will take a Nuk option. It will take Nuk, therefore you get the form Prinayati also. Prinayati or Prinayate. Taking the adding niche, you get Prayayate or Prayate. This is one form. And with Nukkagama, Prinayati. Since this is Vaikalpika niche, therefore since the vehicle pick a niche, therefore, if it can take shep, and by adding shep, we get prayati, we get prayati, and also you can note here this nakara as iterator is given. Nakara as iterator is given here, therefore it is ubhayapadi also. This here it is prayati or prayate. Prayate also it is possible. We can note prayate or prayati. Prayati or prayate. So dhatus we saw the dhatus which are Swarita and Nit will be Ubhayapadi. Swarita and Nit will be Ubhayapadi, that is general. Here Nakara as iterator, what purpose does it serve? It is not discussed elaborately. This I am saying. Since the Ganasutra Adarshad Va is there, which tells you that niche can be added optionally. If niche is added, shep is added. Fine. That Ganasutra itself says Adarshad Va, this will take niche optionally. Then, still, what is the purpose of having Nakara as iterator? So we can say Nakara as iterator is here to make it the Dhatu, Upepadi, even when niche is not added. That is, when it takes shep, it can be Upepadi. That is the purpose it serves here. Nakara as iterator or the Anubandha Ach Anunasika, that iterator, if it is Swarita, then also it will be Ubhayapadi. So, in some books, they give both the forms. In some books, they give only one form. So, I would take this as Ubhayapadi. I would take the dhatus of this Adrishiya. When niche is not added, it can be Ubhayapadi, provided the dhatus are Swariteta dhatu or Nit dhatu. In Jri dhatu, Jarayati is there here because the swara may not be Swarita. Therefore, Jarayati, not Jarayate. Jarayate form is not there. Similarly, Mi dhatu, there also without niche, that is the dhatu taking shep, Mayati only. Whereas Prinj dhatu, without niche, we are talking about without niche. With niche, we know what it is. Dhatu is taking shep. Prayati is there. Then Prayate also it is there. Because it is Nit, therefore Prayate also it is there. So you compare this with what we said before.
This spring dhatu itself Atmanepadi dhatu, isn't it?
No, it is not Atmanipadi.
Ubhayapadi. Okay.
Prim dhatu is Ubhay. See,
Okay.
Prim dhatu is Ubhayapadi. See, Nakara. So you please connect what I'm saying. You connect with what we said before. What did we say that dhatus in the 10th kana are Ubhayapadi in general. So we don't need to have Nakara as iterator. And we said Nakara as iterator is there, therefore shep is optional, we said. That is one thing. And under this Adrishiya, where the Ganasutram itself tells you why is Adrishad Va, here which is not an option, it is very clearly tells. Under this dhatu, we have Nakara as iterator. What purpose? Not required, right? We don't need this. Because Adrishad Va tells you this will take niche optionally. So when it takes niche optionally, with the niche we have got the form prayate or prinayate. We have got 4 forms. Then if it is without niche, that is, if it doesn't take niche, if it takes shep, we have got prayati. One form is there. It's got one form. Then what is the purpose of Nakara as iterator? That tells you the dhatu is Ubhayapadi. It can be, you can add Atmanipadi suffix also. That is the reason. That is the reason for Nakara as iterator under this Adrishyat Va. Nakara as iterator or dhatu having Swarita it. So You have to see the dhatus which are Swarita or Ngit dhatus under Adarshiya or Ubhayapadi. Ubhayapadi means when, without niche, when it takes shap, it is Ubhayapadi. We said if it doesn't take niche, when it takes shap, it will be Parasmipadi, we said, right? In contrast to that, we are saying for this Adarishiya, if it doesn't take niche, that is when it takes shap, the dhatu can be Ubhayapadi, provided the dhatus are Git or Swarita Git. Understand?
Yeah, Ji.
This is
But turned out in the Dhatupada, it is given Dhanu Swara as Anudhata. Why it is-
dhatu, Pri dhatu.
Yeah, pre in Dhatu, ninth Gana, the Swara is given as Anudhata.
It's the Git dhatu. Therefore, it is Ubhayapadi.
Okay.
When you're seeing the Swara, also you see it is for the Ittanubandha, It letter. Okay. Anunasika.
Okay.
For me dhatu, we didn't do that. Me dhatu, it is Mayati only. Jri dhatu, Jarayati only.
Okay.
Whereas Pri dhatu, it is Prayati or Prayati. So this is what I infer personally from what I read, what I infer from the books. Okay. So I think my understanding is correct. Okay. This is because some the books they are giving both the forms for the shap, when you add shap, the shap forms. So let me put it in writing here, what I said now. Why I said this? This is in contrast to what we said before. What we said, Sheshat. Vaikalpika Nijanta Dhatus or Ubhayapadi. Okay. Vaikalpika Nijanta Dhatus or Ubhayapadi. Here, Adarshadva is Vaikalpika or not? Vaikalpika, right? Adrishadva. So, Ganasutram itself tells you Adrishadva. That Adrishya Ganadhatus will take niche optionally. Right? Vaikalpika Dhatus are Ubhayapadi or not? They're Ubhayapadi.
Yes.
Right. And if they don't take niche, it will take shap, we said. Now, this is Utsarga. If they don't take niche, it will take shap. Then the dhatu can be Parasmipadi only. Now, after that, I have written in general, when a dhatu can be take Atmanipadi, which dhatu will take Atmanipadi, which dhatu will take Parasmipadi. Now, here I am adding that dhatus in contrast to that. In contrast to that means this is in contrast. Okay. In contrast, I can mark it in some color, or I make it here. In contrast to that, this Vaikalpika Nijanta dhatus when not taking niche. Why should a Vaikalpika? Contrast to dhatus taking shap. I'll make it as dhatus taking shap. Dhatus having, okay, dhatus having a dhatus which are Swarita or Ngit. Dhatus which are Swarita or Ngit when taking shap. When taking shap can be considered to be contrast to that dhatus which are Swaritayit or Git when taking a shap. When does it take shap? When it is optional. Therefore, we are talking about Vaikalpika dhatus only. So therefore, in contrast to that, Vaikalpika dhatus, I can write Vaikalpika, no problem in writing that. Vaikalpika dhatus which are Swaritayit or Git when taking shap can be considered to be what? Obeyable. This is what This conclusion I arrived at because of the forms are there. Last class Bhudhatu in this section, I said Bhavate, but Bhavati, Bhavate also it is there. In some books it is given. So you please understand this point. This covers the general as well as specific points, specific points with regard to this Gana. Dhatus. Read again, you will understand. If any doubt is there in my write-up, please ask me. Vaikalpika Nijanta Dhatus are Ubhayapadi generally. It means Dhatus taking niche. That niche, when you add niche, the Dhatus are Ubhayapadi. And that is, niche is optional. Now, if they don't take niche, then it will take shap only. If it takes shap only, the dhatu will be parasmaipada. So it means when it will take parasmaipada, provided the dhatus are not anudata, not git, right? Understand? Yes, sir.
Yes, Ji.
Because dhatus
Yes,
which are
sir.
anudata, it or git dhatu will be atmanepadi, right? Therefore, it should not be that. And dhatus which are svarita or git will be considered to be ubhayapadi. This we know general. Now, in contrast to that, I have written here, Vaikalpika dhatus, which are Svarita yit or nit. When it takes shap, that is, you don't add niche, you add shap, then will it be parasmipadi or atmanepadi? If it is going to be parasmipadi, yet then you don't need to have the ith letter as Svarita, you don't need to have nakara as ith letter. It is redundant, useless, right? Therefore, it is ubhayapadi. You understand?
Yes, Ji.
Applying the same logic here. The preen dhatu, the form, Vaikalpika, that is the form is, that is, it's Vaikalpika dhatu. So when not taking niche, that is when it takes shap, it can be Ubhayapadi. Prayati or Prayate. Compare the forms, compare the shap anta. I mean, I'm saying I should not say shap anta, it's not shap anta. Compare the, what do you say? Compare this forms of Pri dhatu with the previous form, Mi dhatu. Me plus shap plus tip, mayati only. You don't have mayate. Why? Either the dhatu must be must anudata it or nit, right? Therefore, it is not it is not svarita. It could be other than that, or and doesn't have nit, it doesn't have nakara as it letter. It is not a nit dhatu. Therefore, it is by the sutram sheshat kartari parasvipadam. It is parasvipadam. Okay. And whereas this dhatu having akara as ith letter, therefore it is in a non-nijanta rupam, it is ubhayapadi. You understand the logic?
Yes, Ji.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Shanj.
This is what I summarized here. The summary maybe I will copy at the end, point by point it is there. So now you read this point by point, you will understand. So up to this adrishya we have discussed, we will continue from there.
Is it that Swarita it or Nyit is Swarita or what?
No. That is different.
That is different. Okay.
Dhatu having either, see, how can Nit be Swarita? Nit is a Nakara, it's a ith letter, it's a consonant. Consonant, how can consonant have Swara?
Okay.
Yeah, talk about Swara, it can be only for the verbals.
Yeah.
So, therefore, you see here, just typing here for your understanding. You see my screen, blank screen?
Yeah. Yes.
See, dhatus which are having Nakara as ith letter. It means Nakara, the consonant, is it. It's just a packing, it's anubandha. They are called Nit dhatus.
Yeah.
Nit is a Bahuvri samasa. Nakaraha yit yasya saha dhatuhu nit dhatuhu. Right? It's a Bahuvri samasa. It's so simple. Nakara is it in which that dhatu is nit dhatu. So, nit means Nakara, the letter, Nakara is it letter anubandha. Now, Swarita it. The sutram it is given Swarite taha iti. Swarita it becomes Swarite. That is Swarita that swara can be only for the vowel ach. And if it is ach, what ach it must be? Anunasika or ananunasika? It is a packing letter, it letter also. So it must be anunasika, ananunasika. What should it be for to be a it? And ach to
Anunasika.
Anunasika.
that's what it is, right?
Nasika.
We have seen that. It must be a anunasika. How do we know? Please see Dhatu Pata. Dhatu Pata. Here, please note page number 132. Okay, I'm sure the first Gwadigana. This page, we'll come to this page later. You will see the Gwadigana Bu Sattayam. Bu, which is Anunasika here? Which is it letter in Bu?
No, it letter.
No, it letter. Okay, don't here. If this has got only one H. Dhatu must have at least one H, right? Otherwise, it's not Dhatu. It can't be pronounced at all. Dhatu must have at least one vowel. One H must be there, minimum. There, and more than one is possible. Anekach dhatavaha apya santi eva, right? Now you see the next one. What is the dhatu?
Edaha.
Edha vriddho. Now, how many vowels are there in this?
2.
A, dha. A is one vowel. Dha is takara plus I is there.
Yeah.
The content of dhatu is edh. Content of dhatu is edh only. What about akara there?
Okay.
Akara is,
It letter then.
is it anunasika or ananunasika?
Ananas.
Ananunasika. No. If it is ananunasika, then it cannot be it.
Yeah, it is not it.
Anunasika, ach can be it. There's a rule, okay? We discussed long back. Only
Yeah.
sutram also is upadeshe, ach,
It.
ach, anunasika, not anunasika. Okay. Upadeshe, ach, anunasika,
It.
bhavati. In the upadesha, that is in the dhatu pata, the vowels which are anunasika are considered to be it. Then you may ask, why anunasika means why Chandrabindu is not there? It is not there, but it is there. Okay, we have to assume it is there. The Dhatu Kosha, which I sent you long back, right? You see that? There, the Dhatu Bandha, it is given. I don't have the Dhatu Kosha to show that. The Dhatu Kosha, with Anubandha, it is there. Edha, the Chandrabindu will be there. Even though in the Dhatu Pata, what you see in the screen, it is not there, but you have to understand. How to, okay. It need not be there also. Without that also you can understand. How? You see the next sutra, the next dhatu. Yeda vriddhau spardha sangharshe. Then go down and further down. Then Klidhi pariveshane. Okay, then further down. Now, number 32. What is that? Please read.
Edhadaya. Edadayaha udata anudateta.
Edhadeha. That is starting from
Edda.
number 3. Up from there up to here, what is written?
Udata anudata. Anudateta.
What is anudhatetaha?
Anudata itaha. It.
Two swaras are given right here.
Yeah, udata and anudata. Both are.
Udata is one swara and anudata is another swara.
Anudata. Yeah.
Swaras can be only for
Vowels.
swaras can be only for bubbles. And
Yeah.
here we saw 2 bubbles are there. Now
Yeah.
udata for which bubble? The swara udata for which bubble? 2 bubbles
For
are there.
ye,
Edhada.
ye udata.
Yes, for the first bubble the swara is udata. And for the second bubble,
Following is anudata. Okay.
anudata. And that letter anudata, is it it or not?
It. Yes.
What is given? Anudatetaha. So the
Okay.
second vowel, the second H, which is swara, is anudata, and it is it. So from this you can make out that edha, it is only ekach dhatu, not 2 anekach, not 2 vowels. Understand?
Okay.
All of you, can you follow what I'm saying? This edha there. Now you tell me akara, that edha, it is it is Anunasika or Ananunasika?
That's Anunasika.
It must be Anunasika. Why?
Anunasika.
Because it is it. If only Anunasika Ach can be it. Please note this. This you have to remember. Only Anunasika Ach can be it in the Dhatu Pata, in the Upadesha. If it is Ananunasika, then it cannot be it. Then that Anunasika, the Swara is Anudata. It's given, that is what is given. The Swara is Anudata. So Anudat, Eda is, Ye is Udata, and Dha is, that Akara is, Swara is Anudata, and that Akara is Ithalata. Because it is Yit, therefore we know this is Anunasika Ach. Understand? Therefore, removing the Ithalata, the content of the Dhatu is what?
Ed.
Yed. Understand?
Yes, Ji.
This you cannot apply for Bhusattaya because there only one vowel is. Therefore,
Yeah, Udata, Udateta. It's given.
therefore, no, there is no Ith letter. Here he is giving Udata, Udatet. Therefore, it is not Ith letter. Okay. That Udata Swara is who is Udata, and Bhu that we have to say only Bhu. That who is the Dirgha Ukara is Udataha na Anudataha ityartaha. He is giving, you can see the footnote. Udataha Bhusattayam Udata Udatet. Number 2. Udataha Swara is Udataha na Anudataha ityartaha. Anudata ngitaha atmanepadam iti sutrena Anudata it nicha dhatuha atmanepadi bhavati. This is what I have written. See the summary. And Swaritaha ngitaha kartra vipraya kriyapala iti sutrena dhatus which are Swarita it or nit Swarite nit cha dhatuhu ubhayapadi bhavati. Sheshat kartari parasmai padam 1378 iti sutrena tad viddaha dhatuhu parasmai padi bhavati. Dhatus other than this will be deemed to be parasmai padi. That which are not covered will come under parasmai padi category. Tataiva vaktum samarthaha vayam yat udate dhatuhu parasmai padi bhavati. This dhatu is udata, right? If this is udata, it is not anudata, it is not ngit, it is not surita, it is not ngit. Therefore, it is Sheshat Kartari Parasmai Padam by that sutta. This dhatu will be Parasmai Padi Bhavati. Udate tit Parasmai Bhashaha Parasmai Padi Ityartaha. Udate Parasmai Udata it Budatuhu Udataha Set Udate Parasmai Padi Bhavati Ityartaha. Here Budatuhu Udataha Set Bhavati and Udata it Parasmai Padi Bhavati. Akara plus U. One minute. I have to check why that Udatet is given here. The Swara is Udata and Udata is not a Ith letter. Okay, it is not Ith letter. Just a minute. Let me see whether it is given here. Tatai Vaktum Samattaha Yat Udate Dhatu Udate Dhatu. This is only to tell you the Dhatu is Parasmai Padi Dhatu. Udate, that is what he says here. The Dhatu, it's a Ekach Dhatu. Therefore, because it is Ekach Dhatu, that vowel cannot be Ith letter. But Udate in the Sutra, in the Dhatu Pata, it is given to tell you the Dhatu is a Parasmai Padi Dhatu. That only that much. So don't take it as a Ith letter. How do I know?
Not Anudata.
How do I understand it? From this line only I understand. Udate Parasmai Bhashaha Parasmai Padi Bhavati. Dhatus which are mentioned Udata as it in the Dhatu Pata, that is will be Parasmai Padi Dhatu. Because it is Ekash Dhatu, that cannot be Ith letter. That we have to infer. Budhatu Udataha said Udatet. because it is udata, it is given, therefore it is parasmipadi. It is the, therefore don't do the, it could be a it. It could be a, that is it letter. But tasya udata it, 1 minute. Okay. Then it's some clarification. Anyway, but here he says, in this, the Adhapata, he says, Udatate, because Udatate is a therefore parasmipadi. Only that much he says that. Generally, dhatus. So here we have to consider, okay. Here from this, this you have to infer. That is, this since this is a ekach dhatu, the dhatu is udata, and it has got this, it is it also, but it is ananunasika you have to take. That u, yes, you have to take it as ananunasika. Okay. U, you have to take it as ananunasika. Then only with regard to the sutra pata, that upadeshe ajanunasika it, that will match, that we can substantiate that. In the upadesha, in the dhatu pata, dhatus which are anunasika, they will be called it. They will be called it. In the bhu sattayam, that u is not anunasika. It is not anunasika. But here udatet is giving, therefore it is parasmipadi. Whereas in eda vruddhav, there that I is anunasika ach. Because it is anunasika ach, therefore it gets a sanya it. Therefore, because it is a, therefore that's a lopa bhavati. Kutra is the last one that we saw that here. Edadayaha udataha anudatetaha. So here he says that edadayaha, that the swara of the akara of the ed dhatu is anudata, and it is it, and it is it. Since the content of ed dhatu is ed, therefore we can infer that the ach is anunasika ach. That ach is anunasika ach. Therefore, anunasika, anudata, that ach letter, which is it, therefore tasya lopaha bhavati, that goes away, that has to be removed. Therefore, the content is ed. That is not in the case of bhudatu. Bhudatu is only ekach dhatu, which is udata, and it is udata it is says that udata it, but it has got a sanya it, but it is not anunasika udata, it is ananunasika udata. Therefore, you cannot do the apanayana, because it is not a packing letter. Okay, that is all we have to understand from the dhatu pata. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Jia.
Yes, Ji.
Why that ukara in bhudatu, it is not it? That I am saying. Dhatu must have at least one ach. If ukara also it, then it's a problem, right? But the swara of ukara is udata, and that the udata it says, and this udata it's got a sanya it. Maybe for some other purpose, the sanya may be there. We don't know. So that udata is it. Now, because it is it, can you do the lopa of that it letter? When can you do the lopa of it letter? Lopa of ach letter. Lopa of ach letter. That is ach having the sanya it sanya. That the lopa of that, when can you do? Only when it is
Anunasika.
when it is anunasika, you have to do. Here you cannot do. Therefore, that ukara must be what? Ananunasika. It is ananunasika ach having the swara udata and have the sanya it. That is what it means. Is it clear?
Yes, Jia.
Yes.
So therefore, since bhu is a dhatu, and the content is bhu, therefore from that we can infer. From that we can infer what? That ukara is not anunasika. It is ananunasika. And it can have the sanya yit. But it's sanya, for some other reason you would have given. That is not a problem. That which is anunasika and yit, that only become lopa. So, yeda viruddha, in that dhatu, ye is one ach and the akara is another ach, whose content is ed, that we know, because edati, edate, because atmanipadi it is. Edate, edante, we know. Therefore, the content is ed, that we know, and the swaras are given. Ekara swara and akara swaras are given. And the swara of akara is anudata. It is anudata. The purpose of making that anunasika. Here we have to take it as anunasika. Here akara is anunasika. That anunasika ach akara having anudata swara is for the purpose of ordaining atmanipadi pratyayas. That is what we saw. That anudata it nit atatuhu atmanipadi bhavati. Right? By that rule, the dhatu having anunasika ach, and the swara is anudata. So we say it as anudatet. By anudatet, the word you can understand. Anudatet means it is anunasika ach having the swara anudata, and it is a hit letter. It means that's because it is anunasika, therefore lopa bhavati. If it is anunasika, then it will not become lopa. It is a part of the dhatu that you have to understand. So anudatet and nit, akara as hit letter, if it is there, then the dhatu would be atmanipadi. This is what the meaning is. Right? So you have to know whether the dhatu is parasmipadi, atmanipadi. Based, one is swara, other one is the anubandha, that is the Vyanjan anubandha, the consonant as anubandha. So not that two conditions must be fulfilled for dhatu to be atmanipadi. Either one is enough. Either it must be a anudatet or git. Similarly, for ubhayapadi, either it must be a swaritet or git. If it doesn't fall any of the category, then it will be parasmipadi. This is what in general. Right? Is it clear?
Yes, dear.
Yes, Sharan.
Please ask if doubt is there. So that is why in the dhatu pata and the dhatu kosha, we are given with anubandha. For your understanding, that anubandha and the dhatu kosha, it is given. Right? With why anubandha is given, so that we don't get confused. Whether that akara is anunasika or not, we don't, that to make us very understand that the Chandra Bindu is given. When Chandra Bindu is there, then it is anunasika ach. Then depending on the swara, we can ordain parasmipadi or atmanipadi, and that is it letter. Tasya lopaka bhavati eva. That you understand. Now, why we started the discussion? This is because Rangamitra ji, you asked me. I think you initiated the discussion, right? You understand now?
Yes, yes.
Because where we started the discussion, something forget. So the swarita, you asked whether the two conditions should be there, right?
Yeah.
Both the
Yeah.
conditions. Not
Swarita.
both the condition need not be there. One of them is sufficient. If a dhatu is swarita or nit dhatu, then it would be ubhayapadi. The dhatu is anudata or anudata means anudata it or nit, then it would be atmanipadi. If doesn't fall any of the category, then it would be what?
Parasmipadi.
Parasmipadi. This you can remember. Dhatus which are swaritayit or nyat, ubhayapadi, and dhatus which are anudatayit or nyat would be atmanipadi. Doesn't fall any of the category, it would be parasmipadi. Now, parasmipadi we discussed this in the context of Churadigana, we discussed that the dhatus which take a niche optionally, Vaikalpika Nijanta Dhatavaha, then the dhatu, if it doesn't take a niche, when it takes shap, it will be parasmipadi. That is one thing. Then if the dhatus having a swara, swarita it or nakara is it letter, it is not required, it is redundant. Nakara as iterator not required. If it's going to take only parasmipadi, then why you should have a nakara as iterator for those dhatus? It is not required. Therefore, we say when taking shab, it can be considered to be ubhayapadi. So by this logic, if we go and see the dhatus in the adrishiya gana, ujadayaha, there we have prinj dhatu. When taking shab, can be prayati or prayate. It is ubhayapadi. Whereas the other dhatus, maybe they are parasmipadi dhatu, therefore only parasmipadi. Because it is neither anudata or swarita or nit or nit, therefore it is parasmipadi. By sheshat kartari parasmipadam. Doesn't fall any of the category, then you put it in the basket, parasmipadi. Okay. Shall we continue from this? This is where we stop. So therefore, Bhudhatu, this is what we stop in the last class, Bhu Prapto. From there we will do. So here this Bhudhatu is a different dhatu, not Bhu Sattayam.
Excuse me, Ji. Here we have done something like nuk.
Yeah,
Nuk bhavati.
bring dhatu. That is
Pringe, same dhatu, no?
for which dhatu? Bhudhatu.
Pringe dhatu.
Yes, we have done Nukagama. Here it is by Vartikam. Nijanta, when this dhatu, specifically the dhatu is given. In the Nijanta, we have covered this. That's why in the last class I showed the Nijanta document.
Yeah, we have done this.
Prinj dhatu and the Donj dhatu will take Nuk Agama. That is by Vartika. So when it takes Nuk Agama, the Rupam would be Prinayati or Prinayate.
Even that li dhatu also takes nuk, isn't it?
Which one?
Li dhatu.
Li dhatu.
That also
below.
takes nuk.
But
Yeah.
the Vartika, we have to say what.
It's not Vartika, that's the sutra itself. Li, lor, nuk, lug, antarasyam. Yeah.
Okay. If it is that, then you can do
We have done layayati.
Yeah, we have done in that Nijanta. Yeah.
Laya.
Linayati form.
No. We have
That-
done
La-
layayati and
Two
without
dhatus
miss.
are there. Li
Yeah.
dhatu and la dhatu. Two dhatus are there. Okay. La dhatu will take lukagama, then that is lalayati. And then li dhatu will take nukagama, that will form linayati.
Okay, 1 minute, we'll see that. Nijanta. Good, at least you remember all those things. I'm happy that way. Then see that. Li dhatu and this. Tri dhatu. Okay, Kameshwari, your question. Tri dhatu, Don dhatu, taking Nukagama. We saw, right?
Yeah, we
That
have
also.
seen.
Therefore,
Yeah, we saw.
therefore, we got two forms. That is, Vartikam is that. Therefore, because of other forms are there, we can consider Vartikam is optional. Okay. Therefore, we have Dunayati, Prinayate, and without that also we have this form. That form is also given in some books. Therefore, we did. Now, Li dhatu, La dhatu will take. Here the meaning is given in the sense of melting fat. Okay. Sangamitra-ji.
Oh,
Li
yes.
dhatu will take Nuk and La will take Luk respectively. Sneha Vipatane in the sense that meaning. The meaning.
Only in that meaning.
Yes. By 737, which we saw, Li dhatu will take Uchagama, it will take these two will take Li will take Luk, La will take.
Look.
So therefore you get this form. Right?
Yeah.
Then will take Li dhatu will get will become Layayati or Linayati. Two forms are there.
Li dhatu meaning itself slashane, that's to melt only.
Sorry?
It the li dhatu meaning ninth gana given slashane.
When it is having this sense, Li dhatu, then it will be then it will take Rupagama. The 10th gana, what is the meaning?
10th gana dravikaran.
That it is not the meaning. Melting, Dravikaran is also melting.
Yeah, melting only. Yeah, melting only. It's good. Yeah.
After it melts, it flows, right?
To melt, to make thin, yes. And Dravikarane. So, can add Anutagama. Then form is not given. That's why there is no pramanam for this. But if the sense of melting fat is there, you can add. You please add. If it is not there, we will add it. The form is not there. So you can add the other form also. Layayati, layayate, in the sense of, but he has given snega vipatane very specifically. Check any dhatu having that meaning, or it is contextual, I don't know. Snega vipatane. I don't know. Snega vipatane. Given as melting fat. Okay, there may be some discussion on that anyway, but here, since we can have given melting fat in Nijanta, so if you take in that sense, so you can add Nukagama also. With Nukagama also, we can give. Anyway, that form is the optional only, right?
Yeah,
Therefore,
optional.
Lagayate is main form. And with in that sense, if it is there, then adding niche, I mean, when you add niche, it will take Nukagama. That form also can be given. Let me write that out separately. That is Li Dhatu. Li plus niche. Li would become Lai. Lai plus E. Ayadi Sandhi. I'm adding without Nukagama now. Then becomes Lai plus E becomes Laye. Laye. Then Laye will become Laye, Laya, Layayati. This is one form. Layayati or Layate. This is one. Other form is Li Dhatu plus niche. That Li taking Nuk Agama. Then sorry, this is Nuk Agama. About this Dhatu, what we discussed, there is nothing very clearly given in any of the text. There is some certain uncertainty. Clean reference is not there. Some books, some two forms are given, some book only one form given. How to go by this? So we have to apply general our common sense and then do it. That is only way, because I don't think any possibility is there. Because none of the books give the form uniformly, and there are difference of opinion among the Vayakanas also, and different Dhatu Patas are there, and different readings are also there. So it's not that I mean anything we can use. It's only we got to certain Dhatus. Okay. But I gave my logic, this common sense logic, that what we saw now, Nakara is equal to, that is my logic. That logic, it works. As long as it works, we can apply that, no problem. Only when it doesn't work, we have to think. There is no problem. So now here what will happen? Li will become Dukagama has come. Then
Lini.
Agamaha, first Agama when you add, Agamaha Tadguni Bhutaha Bhavanti, right? Agama will become a part of that. Therefore, it is short Li or long Li? It's a long Li, okay.
Wrongly, yeah.
Then what would be the Upada Dirghatam Bhavati Kim? Yes or no?
No.
Upada Dirghatam na Bhavati, because it is not Rasva. Therefore, you get Lini. Lini will become Line. Linayati. Linayati or Linayate is one form. And another form is without niche. Without niche, it would be
Layati.
Dhatu. It is, you can check the Swara in the, if you have Dhatu Pata, please check the Swara. Just whether it would take Atmanipadi also. It won't take because form is Li. Li becomes Layati only. Li becomes Layati. There is no.
It's Parasmai. No, Ubhayapati. 10th Gana is Ubhayapati.
No, that's okay.
No Swara. No Swara is given.
No. Without Swara, it is not be there. You have to see the Dhatu Li and up to where it goes. I mean, at the end it would be given. Where is Dhatu Li? Will you check
Li Dravikarani. It's in the Dhatu Pata. It's number.
to find this Dhatu in the Dhatu Pata? Li is in this Adarishya. So let us find where it is.
205. 205.
205. Li Dravikarana is there. Now, Swara you have to find it at the end. Go down. P Dhatu. it is Ekach Dhatu, Lakara plus E, then Swara is at the end. Adantaha. 1 minute, where it is. 1 minute. I've got doubt whether Swara, why should Swara be there in the 10th Gana? Just a minute. Because 10th Gana Dhatus are Ubhayapadi. Right? So, if it is Ubhayapadi, then why that Swara be given? Only the It letter, Anubandha letter is important. If it is a Nit, then Ubhayapadi.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Therefore, Swara, I think it is not given here. It need not be given. Just a minute. Let me check that whether Swara is given. Anywhere Swara is given, I will check. If you happen to see the Swara, Anudata, Udata, please tell me. I don't see any Swara up to here. Even before that also.
No, Swaraji, from starting to end.
Yeah, starting to end. Because Dhatus are Ubhayapadi in general. Therefore, Swara is not given. Okay. So that is Dhatus are Ubhayapadi. Therefore, Swara not required. Therefore, that Anubandha letter is important. That gives you the idea that it must be is Ubhayapadi. Nakara is with the letter. Like the Prinj Dhatu, Dunj Dhatu we saw. So that you can take it. Okay. Because Turadigana Dhatu by default, Ubhayapadi. If it is specifically Atmanipadi, he himself has given Sutra, right? Gana Sutram is there. Akusmiyaha Atmanipadinaha is given. And Budhatu, Prapto, Atmanipadinaha he has given. So therefore, Swara is not required, right? Swara is required only for determining the Dhatu, whether Dhatu is Parsvipadi or Atmanipadi. But 10th Gana Dhatus, by default, all are Ubhayapadi. And Akusmiyaha Atmanipadi. And certain dhatus which are Atmanipadi for that specific mentioning is there. Therefore, Swara not given, Swara not required. But if the Anubandha letter is given like Dunj and Preach, that tells you it is Ubhayapadi. Right? That's the logic. Understand?
Yes, yes.
So, Li Dhatu, which is the last one we saw, whose form is Layayati, Layayate, Linayati. Linayate and Layati. Layati only you can take. The Dunj Dhatu we have seen. Next, Bu Dhatu have you seen? No.
No,
Bhavayati and
we saw
Bhavate.
Bhavayati,
Oh, yeah, it is
Bhavayate,
there. Yes. Okay.
Bhavate.
Avate we stopped actually.
Yes. Bu Dhatu also. Because Swara is not there. Bu Prapto, here Atmanipadi is given. Atmanipadi is for Nijanta. Nitsaniyogena, eva Atmanipadam Bhavati. But if it is not Dich, then what it would be? If it is not Nich, that is Bu plus Shab plus. Here Bu plus Nich. Bu will become Bhavi, Bhavi plus E, Bhavi plus Bu will become Bhav, sorry. Then Bhavi becomes Bhave. Then you get Bhavi. Okay, Bhavayate. Then Bu plus Shab plus Tip or Te. Which one will come? Swara not there. Therefore, by default, it would be Bhavati. Bhavati or Bhavati.
Yeah.
By default, it will be Bhavati or Bhavate. But sorry, it would be by default, it should be Bhavati only, not Bhavati. Because Sheshat Katri Pasmai, right? So if it is given, then you can take it as Ubhayapadi. Otherwise, it is only
Even Bhu Prapta Atmanipadi. So
that
it is Bhavati.
is Nijanta, Saniyogi. If it is Nijanta, it will be Atmanipadi. If it is not Nijanta, then it would be
Okay.
Sheshat Kartari Parasmaipadam, it would be Parasmaipadi. Sorry. Bu Prapto Atmanepadi is given, right?
Yeah, that's
In
given.
this
Yeah.
case, it will be
Sorry.
Atmanepadi.
I didn't see that. Therefore, it is Atmanepadi only. Sorry. Yeah. Bu Prapto Atmanepadi is therefore. Some people say, okay, this I have written the opinion of some people. Next Sanni Yogena Eva Atmanepadi Miti Eke. Some people says that it is only when Nijanta is there, it is Atmanepadam. So therefore Nijanta is not there, then it can be Parasmaipadam or Atmanepadam. Both are possible. That is why, okay, that is why I wrote this. This is according to some grammarians. So therefore Bhavati also possible. Please note that I put a star mark here. This is according to some grammarians. They say Nich Sanni Yogena Eva Atmanepadam. Only when Nich is there, it is Atmanepadam, they say. Therefore, Bhavayate. So Eva Kara tell you only when Nich is there. But therefore, when Nich is not there, it can be Ubhayapadi. Therefore, Parasmapadi and Atmanepadi. And in the Gana, the Dhatu Pata, Do Pratav Atmanepadi is given. By that, if you take it, then for Nijanta as well as non-Nijanta, it would be Atmanepadi. So therefore, Bhavayate or Bhavati. You understand?
Okay.
This is because of some grammarians. Because in some books, Bhavati also it is given. How do you substantiate this? This is because of some Vyakarna saying this. That is how we have to take it. Okay. So, Bhavati also it is there. If you look into each dhatu like that, a lot of things will come up. But anyway, so note that, that much is enough. Then next dhatu, Vraj dhatu. What would be the form? Vraj dhatu. Nijanta Rupam would be Kara is letter.
So where is that?
Varji. Varji.
Varjiya. Vrinj. Kara is eighth letter, okay? Content is Vru only.
Then var.
Var. So Vari, Vare, Varaya,
Varayati.
Varayate.
Varayate.
And non-Nijanta. The Kara is eighth letter is apply the same logic. It would be
Bharati.
Varati
Bharati.
Varati or Varate.
Bharati.
Because Nit is a Nit dhatu, therefore Ubhayapadi Bhavati, Varati or Varate. Right? It's clear. Why Nich is optional in for Vindhatu? Because it is in Adrishiya Gana. Because it is Adrishiya Gana, Nich is optional, not because of Nakara. Okay. Nakara as ith letter it is there, because of which we ordain Ubhayapadi for non-Nijanta Rupam. This is what I in the beginning I explained. Okay. It's clear?
Yes, yeah.
Very good. The next one. Jiru Dhatu. I know this will be too much, all these things, but it's okay. One time you'll know it. So the next time you don't have to turn and see this again. One time you know it, it is there. I don't see anybody doing, covering detail like this. I have never seen, even I have not learned like that. But I'm just doing the 10th Gana so that completely it is done. Each dhatu taking the forms and doing. I have done some personal study and research. Then that's why I'm doing this. So it will be. I don't know. I mean, it will be useful. That's all. You know what it is. Then Jiru dhatu, Vayohano. What would be the form? Nijanta Rupam, and it is in Adrishiya Gana. Therefore, niche is optional. Therefore, you'll have with niche, without niche. With niche, what is the form?
Jiryate.
Please speak. Why Jiryate? Jiru is, sir.
Yeah.
You apply Rutaha in the no, that you cannot apply. If you apply that, I think you're applying Rutaha Dhatu. That's why you're saying, right? That
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
in that case, what will be the through? Through must be through which is in first Gana.
Jiryate.
No,
Yeah.
through in first Gana. What is the rupam? Latlakara rupam.
Tarati.
Why tarati there? Why don't you make a tir? You don't say that.
No, when we add yak only.
Yak only.
Only when you add, see, not when you add ek, actually, the through dhatu, now, when you through plus shap, this already we discussed. Through plus shap plus tit. Through dhatu plus shap. Angakarya is one thing, and rikara replaced by ikara, ir letter. Okay, rikara replaced by ir is one thing. Now, which one you will do first? I given the example of yak, that is different. Okay, that is not because of yak also, Ramaji.
Yeah.
Not because of yak becomes. Okay, this we discussed, but still it's okay. We can discuss again. Please, through the note, through the bhuvadigana dhatu, through plus shab. Here, there is a rule which says rikaranta dhatu will be replaced by what?
E.
E. Because ru is there, therefore repa is appended. Therefore, we say ir, right?
Mhm.
Understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah,
therefore,
yes, sir.
rikara will be replaced by ir. Now, what is the condition?
Yes, the Sarvadhatu,
There is no condition. No. There is no condition. Rikaranta dhatu will be replaced by ir. Only short e only. That short e becomes dirgha because of some other rule later. That will leave it. Don't worry about that. Now, rikaranta dhatu replaced by ir is a general rule. Doesn't have any nimitta. Nothing causes that. Swayameva bhavati, because it is rikara. Understand?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Technical reason if you have to give you, it is the sutra is 7100.
Yeah, Rutaha it dhatu.
Yes. Then
Tattha.
rikara, when followed by sarvadhataka radhadhataka pratyaya, guna will happen. You know that iganta will take guna, rasva ikupada will take, that is in
Yeah,
84. Now, when these two sutras have simultaneous application, two rules have simultaneous application, which one you will apply?
Later on.
73.
78.
Later one.
Later. There is no first come, first serve business here. Later come, first serve. So, therefore, through will become what? Tar. Therefore, only through become tar. Tar plus shap, content of shap is a, then ti. You get the form tarati. Tarati shokam atmavit, right? And in the case of year, through plus yak, which one you will apply? 7100, that is rikara dhatu replaced by year, or guna karya. This is guna karya. 7384 is guna karya. Just I'm writing the number for your, I don't know, the rule you know.
Yeah.
7384 is
Sarvadhatu Ardhadhatu.
guna karya, and 700 was that's replacing the rikara by year. Now, in this, what will apply?
7100. No?
Huh? Huh?
Period 7100.
Why? Why don't you do the anga karya? Why don't you do the anga karya?
It's not pit.
It is not pit, it is kit. It is
Yeah.
ek is adhadhataka pratyaya, it is kit. Therefore, anga karya, that is 7384 is negated. Because it is negated, you don't have choice. You have to replace it by year only.
Only year.
Therefore, tir plus yak plus te. Now you know the rule. Repa followed by hal, and the ik letter will take
Dirgha.
Dirgha Tisha. That rule we have seen that. So apply that. Therefore, you get Tirya. Now you understand why it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jru is there. Now what will happen? The question is Jru Dhatu, Vayohano, Jru plus Nijanta Rupam. This I remove it, not required now. Jru plus Nich. Kim Bhavati. Will you do the replace by Jir, or you will do the Angakarya? Simple. What this one now?
7100.
Huh?
We will take 700. See?
Okay, then the Nich is Angakarya, right?
7384. That one.
Okay.
When Sarvadhataka, Adhadhataka Pratyaya follows, what will happen? Angakarya will happen. Angakarya takes over. In fact, when Nich follows, what happens is, Nich is what Pratyaya? Sarvadhataka or Adhadhataka? Adhadhataka. Therefore, Angakarya will happen, right? Okay. That Angakarya happening when a Nich follows is 72115. Okay.
Mhm.
That case also it is paratvam, para, later sutra only.
Mm.
Therefore, Angakarya will happen. Don't replace it by here.
Okay.
So jar.
Jara.
I said
Jara.
that's Gunadi Angakarya that comes later compared to the replacement of Rukara by here. The Gunadi Angakarya, whether it is niche or Sarvadhataka Pratyaya, all this comes later. The sutra and the range later it comes. Replacement Rukara by here comes before. So don't worry about what the sutra is. Just know this much. 7384 or 7386 or 72115 or 72116 also it is there. That Atta Upada, that is Upada Akara become Indirga, that is 72116. All these are 7273 section, which is later compared to 71, right? 7100, that is that rule ordains it Adesha in the place of Rikara. That is Iradesha you can take. Whereas all these are Angakarya comes later. Angakarya, I mean, because it comes later, therefore it overrules, right? That should be applied. So now, without knowing this number are very difficult to remember now. You know this much. Angakarya takes precedence over Ir Adesha. That much you understand, right? Angakarya takes precedence over other rules. So therefore, 0 plus H, then what will happen? Kimbavati.
Jar, jari.
Jar.
Adi,
So,
jare.
Angakarya.
0 plus H will become 0 will become jar. Yes. Jar plus E, then jare, jari, then jari will become jare, jaraya. Form is jarayati or
Sarayati.
because it is Ubhayapadi, Adrishiya Gana, one form. The next is without Mitch, that is Shap. What will happen? Ubhayapadi or Atmanipadi? That also you can tell. Ubhayapadi or Prasnapadi or Atmanipadi.
This is Parasmaipati.
It is Parasmapadi only because Nakara and Italata is not there. You can take it as Parasmapadi. Right? So you have to go through again the lesson. Then only you will be able to answer immediately what it is. Udhatu as Ubhayapadi is given because of the difference of opinion among the Vayyakarnas. And other dhatus you can take by default it is Parasmapadi. If the Nakara as Italata is there, then Ubhayapadi. Here Jiru only is there. There is no Git Anubandha. So therefore it is Parasmapadi only. And
Jarati.
Shap will be, 0 will become
Jar, jarati.
8. Okay, understand?
Yes, yes.
Then Vachda
Yes, sir.
to Paribhashane. So its Rupam would be
Watch, please. Watch. Vachi, vachayati.
yes, Vachayati, Vachayate, and without Nit should be
Vachati.
Vachati and
Vachati and Vachate also Smadhi.
no, sir. It's only Vachati.
Vachati. You have to stop only with Vachati. Then the next dhatu, Shatha. That Shatha is that Parishrama, not Mokshane. Sorry, we're doing Mokshane. Then what would be the form? I is Anubandha, Ithilata. The content is Shrat. So therefore,
Shrati.
Shat.
Shratayati.
yes. Shrati, Shrate, Shrataya, Shratayati or Shratayate. And without Nich, it will be
Shratati.
Shratati. That's all simple. Then Vardha Dhatu. Please tell me the Nijanta Rupam and as well as non-Nijanta form.
Vadayati.
Vadayati, vadayati.
Vadayati. Vadati.
Adayati, Vadayati or Vadayate, right? And without nich should be
Vadati.
Vadati. Vadate also it is there. Vadate also it is there. Now, I'm not sure whether in Dhatu Pata it is anything talked about. Let us see that. Where is it? Vadadatu. Please find out. Is there then? If you happen to see Vadadatu, please tell me. I'm bringing some order here, again some other order. Vadadatu.
Yeah, 232.
232, very good. 232. What is the footnote? Sandesha Vachane. 232. Kshiraswami Sandesha Vachane. Do you see the screen?
Yes, Ji.
Yes, Ji.
Because sometimes I don't know that. I see the screen. I forget to show you. Ityasya Kshiraswami, the author of another Vedanta Pata. Sandesha Vachane ityasya sthane Sandesha iti patati. That's okay. Dhatuhu ayam swarite tad bhavati means what? Dhatuhu ayam dhatuhu swarite bhavati.
Ubepati.
Ubepati. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Swarita,
it's
so Ubepati.
So according to Kshiraswami, dhatu is what dhatu?
Ubepati.
Swarite dhatu. Therefore, vadate also possible. Shakatayana matena dhatuhu ayam dhatuhu kim bhavati atmanepadi bhavati. Therefore, by Kshiraswami it is Ubepadi. By Shakatayana it is Atmanepadi. That is why this becomes very little complicated. I will write here as a footnote here, as a note here. By Kshiraswami Dirga. This dhatu is Ubhayapati. And according to Shakatayana, this dhatu is Atmanepadi. So therefore, you can write both Vadati or Vadate. Right? The form is Vadati or Vadate.
And this Vadhatu is in first Gana also.
And that is different. We are talking about the 10th Gana only.
Okay. Same meaning, but
There it is Vadati to speak.
here
Sandesha Vachane.
This is to inform meaning.
Yes, that meaning is given specifically. 1 minute, let's see that. First Gana, it is the meaning is Yattayam Bachi. Yattayam Bachi means to talk. Many
To
dhatus
talk,
are
to speak, yeah.
to talk. Whereas Sandesha is the news, right? Vachane. Vachane is to tell, to speak. Therefore, to inform, that meaning is there. And Kshiraswami Sandesha, I think he reads like that, Dhatu. That's okay. So this is Vadu Dhatu. Then the next Dhatu, Viradikana. Then Chad Dhatu. Dhatu is Chadha. That is Anubandha. Apavarane. This also you can please see the Dhatu Pata because something is done this. What will the form?
Appavarane, 225.
Yeah, what will be the Nijantaru?
Okay, form will be
Chadayati.
So Dhatu is Chadayati. Chadayati or Chadayate. Without which should be.
Chadati.
What is the number you said in this Dhatu Pata?
225.
225. Please see. 225. I'm in the screen. I'm showing. I think you can see Maitreya Matena. Maitreya is another author. Dhatu Pata is Shad Chaga Dhatu Vayam Svaritet Tad Bhavati. Right. Therefore, it is Chadati or Chadate. Shakata Yanastu Dhatu Vayam Parasmaipadi speak Karoti. So therefore, there is a difference. Therefore, you can take it as Chadati or Chadate, both. Chadati or Chadate. Right?
Yes.
One minute. This also has got one more thing is given. Some. Let us see what it is. Let me check that. Appavarane. Appavarane means to remove. So. Yes, in the sense of Appavarane, this meaning is there. There is one more dhatu is there, I think, in this just a minute. Oh, yes, that is Chand. No, Chadir. One minute, let me find out Chadir. Just a minute, Chadi. That will become Chadati. And okay, some thing is there. There is I'm showing the screen, you can see. There is a dhatu, Shad dhatu, Urjane, in Bhuvadigana. You see the screen?
Yes, Ji.
So, Appavarane is 10th gana, you get that form. But there is a dhatu in the Bhuvadigana, Chadi. That this Atra Moola dhatu Chad iti asti. Chadihi iti tu Ikshtipo dhatu nirdeshe, that okay, dhatu nirdesha, for that it is added. We know that what it is. Yeah, the last line you see. Atra nirdishtaha ikaraha asya dhatoho mitva jnapanartham asti. What is mitvam?
Rasva.
So,
Upada will be Rasva.
Upada will be rasva. Therefore, what will be the nijanta rupam of this dhatu? Chad dhatu.
Chadayati. Chadayati.
Chadayati would be.
Okay.
Now,
Okay. Okay. Will it consider as myth? Okay.
we have to consider it as myth. Anyway, this is not connected to Turadigana, just incidental. Because we discussed Chad, the form is same. That is why I thought okay, there's some Chad dhatu. Chadihi Urjane. In Bhuvadigana, it is given. If you go, you can see if later Chadihi Urjane, that not Chadi, not it's not Idid dhatu. Don't think it is Idid dhatu. Yes, Chadihi is given. That Chadihi Urjane is here Ikara is because of the Ik Prataya. Ikshtipo dhatu nirdeshe. To denote the dhatu to represent the dhatu in the form of the Namapadam, we add a Prataya, Ik or Shtip. We discussed that. Remember? You know it.
Yeah.
Sadala Upanishad comes.
Dhatu.
Yes.
So in the Dhatu Pata, Chadihi Urjane is given. The Chadihi is, it says that Ihi, it is not Chadi. If it is Idid Dhatu, then Numahama will come. That's why he says, Atra Moola Dhatu Chaditi Asti. That's very clear. Moola Dhatu is Chad only. Chadihi iti tu Ikshtipo Dhatu Nirdesha iti Siddhantam Anusritya. it pratyayena saka nirdeshaka kriyate. We know ik tip of dhatu nirdesha. Nirdesha means to specify the dhatu, ik or stip pratyaya can be added. So chadihi, the chad dhatu in the sense of urdhane, that is given, and that dhatu, that ikara, atra nirdishtaka ikaraha, that chadi, that ikara, what purpose it is there? It is for mitva jnapanarthaha. It is to give the mitvam.
So this is applicable only for this first gana only, right? Mitva.
Yes, this is only
Not
for
for that ninth
not for
gana.
the ninth gana. It's an incidental connection that is showing. This is for the mitvam is ordained only for the chad dhatu of first gana. Therefore, when you add nich, the rupam would be chadayati. Because we have chadayati in for the chad dhatu in churadigana. And chadayati is there for Gvadigana. So, just to compare, okay, not to get confused. Huh? The mittam is for this dhatu. The mittam is not there for Churadigana dhatu, therefore the form is chadayati. Then just note this. Okay. Therefore, what we wrote is correct only. So, chadayati, chadayati, or chadati, chadati. This is Churadigana. Then, the next one. Ang Purvaka Shad Dhatu. Shada Dhatu is Shada. Ang Purvaka Shada Dhatu. Meaning is given as Padyarte. What is Padyarte? Let us see. Padya means poem. This Dhatu is Shad Dhatu. Ang Purvaka Shad Dhatu Padyarte. Given. To talk, to climb. That's the meaning you given. Anyway. To attack, but to talk. Padyarte. Ang Purvaka. Ang Purvaka Shadadatu Padyarte. The form would be, what will be the Nijanta form?
Asad.
Huh?
Shad will become Satya. Sad.
So asad.
Therefore, it is, first tell me the Dhatu. Dhatu is Atva Dekhe Shagasaka. It becomes Sad.
Yeah, Sad.
Sad-
Yeah, Sad.
Sad.
That is important.
Yeah.
First you have to do that. Then after
Yeah.
that, what will happen?
Asad plus nature.
Sat plus
Asadayati.
Very good. Asad plus Nich. Asadi, and Asadayati. Asade, Asadaya, Asadayati, or Asadayate. But this is form. And without niche, it would be? Without niche. Very interesting thought. This
It
is.
will be seed,
Asad.
is it? Seed.
Huh?
Asad. That's
Sad will become, Sad plus Shap will become seed, no?
Very good. That's what will happen.
Ah.
Here, A plus Shad Dhatu, that becomes Sattvam, becomes Sad plus Shap plus Tip. What will happen? Sad Dhatu will be replaced by C.
Seed.
Seed form. Like Pa is replaced by Pib.
Yeah.
Similarly, you know that when Shit Pratyaya follows, it will happen. So Sad Dhatu is here referring to the 10th Gana Dhatu, that will be replaced by seed. Seed plus plus Tip. Therefore, Rupam would be
Asidati.
form is Asidati. Okay. Then, I think you can stop here. So it is not yet over. Many dhatus are there. Some are later dhatus will be, I think, some dhatus only we need to spend some time. Other dhatus we can just move quickly. Adrishiyaha. Ganaha. The big one. Any doubt in this?
no G.
No, Shad.
That one more, that Chi Dhatu also will take Pukagama that we
Yeah.
have here.
Which one?
Chi Dhatu, Bhasharte.
Again, which dhatu?
Read it. Chi Dhatu. Chi Dhatu, Bhasharte.
Uh-huh.
That we have done some 2-3 forms. We have left out that it will take Pukagama. So it will be like Chapyati that we haven't written here, I think.
Which section, which part comes here? Chi dhatu,
Aswadiyaha only.
Aswadiya. Asvariyaha.
Yeah, here, it's going down. Yeah.
Oh, chi dhatu.
Yeah.
Okay. Chi dhatu.
Chayati, then chayati, then chapayati also another form is there. No?
Another form by what?
That it will take at adesha optionally and then take pukagama.
Yeah, is it Nijanta it is there?
Yeah. In the Nijanta section we have done. I just gone through that section and it is there.
Can you tell me where it is there in Nijanta before in the reference?
That
The end or
J?
at the end or in the beginning? Nijanta.
In Nijanta, when we saw the chi dhatu, we have written it will take ata desha optionally and
Which
then
gana is it? Which gana I mentioned? The dhatu artha. Okay, let me show that.
dhatu artha bhasharthe.
This is 10th gana. What we saw in Nijanta, where it is?
Okay, there it is.
Number
Number 9 it was mentioned as
9.
And 04 chi dhatu is there. 04
Okay.
va nijanta va
Yes.
there. First
He's asking in
dhatu
that
we have
other
Under 04.
chi bhashartha.
That's okay.
Bhashartha.
Then Nijanta, where it is, I'm asking. Yeah. Aswadhya, you're asking, right? Aswadhya telling, that's okay. It's
in the
that
Nijanta document it is number 9 I guess.
number 9. Let me check. Which agama, what agama it will take, is it?
It will take pukagama. First it will take ata desha, then it will take because of our
Okay.
Chi will become chai. Chai will become cha. Then only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agama, chapayati. Okay, let me check. 9. You said 9, right?
Yeah. Like this.
9 minutes given something else. No,
9 is something else. Is
After
Ah.
Sarvadhatika, yeah, I have my number is something different.
Nijanta. Okay. How to find out? Chida. Okay, let me just a minute. Let me.
After the pre then Sarvadhatika yoho, then after that it comes.
What is that? What is it? Hri.
That one long sutra was there. Long dhatu.
Arti Hri, that is the one. Arti Hri something. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it must be in the beginning.
After that.
Then it must be in the beginning. Arti Hri. Okay. Let me. I'm just scrolling down. You can tell me if you, in case if you happen to see. All these are Katadi and Nit and document also have to do it. Not yet done. Jida to Adi. Okay, this one.
After
Yeah.
Cree,
Where is
Yeah.
it?
After Cree. After
Cree,
Cree.
Cree
G.
plus nature. That after Cree.
Okay.
G. Then
Yeah, it
Adi.
comes now. Yeah, here only.
Here it comes.
Shir and
Chitpuran.
Purtavatu get Adesha, Atva Adesha optionally when ni follows. Yes, good, very good. Chapayati, very nice. So what is the meaning of the chi dhatu in this sutram? We have to say, given the sutram number 6154 something.
Collect.
There the chi dhatu, only through the Yakyam commentary we know. Chi is referring to which dhatu? Is it Partaha? 1 minute, let me check that. Chi is Purdhatu. See, because Chi dhatu, it is there in. That is different actually. See, Chi dhatu is the Nakara Sita letter is there, right? Chi dhatu, it is not.
Yeah, Nyakara is
Yeah.
Nakara Sita letter. Right, it is
Chayane.
Chi dhatu. Chayane.
10th gana only, Ji, then?
It is 5th gana.
No, it's 10th gana only. Chayane. Ching, Chayane. 10th gana, Ubepati.
Collect something you said.
Yeah, together, yeah.
Just together.
Chi
Chi
collect,
dhatu,
yeah.
it is in Swadigana and 10th gana. Maybe there also. I don't know.
No, it's in 10th gana also. Ji. It's in
Okay.
dhatu.
It's in 10th also. Yeah.
Yes, in 10th gana also the Ubepati. So you can take it also. Yes. You can take. But we are doing here Bhashartha. The Bhashartha, therefore, it cannot take Pukagama.
Okay, the
Here,
Artha.
the Churadigana under this Asvadiya, what is the meaning of this? Churadigana. See the Bhashartha.
Okay.
Because it is Bhashartha, therefore it will not take Pukagama. Chi Chayane only it will take Pukagama. Because the Dhatu is Chi only, not with Nakara Sita letter. Nakara with Nakara Sita letter, it is there in the 10th Gana, that is Ching Chayane, that is different Dhatu. Nakara is, as equilateral it is there, it is Ubhayapadi, Chingchayane, is the same meaning as Isvadigana, to gather, to collect, that is different. Karma Chitan, Brahmanaha Chitan, Mundaka comes, Parikshalokan, Karma Chitan, the Chichayane. That is Svadigana as well as Tenthagana, that is different. But here, Chi is Bhashartha, okay. Doesn't have Nakara as equilateral, meaning also different. Therefore, it will not take Pukkakama here.
Oh, okay.
When you do the Nijantarupama of Chindatu, that it will take Pukkakama. Maybe that Dhatu may come later, we may cover it later.
Okay.
Right? Good. At least refer like this and ask question. It's good. It's refreshing, right?
Okay.
Yes. Like that, you guys please get confused when ask question. Problem. Huh?
Okay.
This is Bhashartaha. Bhashartaha, the law, I mean, many dhatus are given and all these are given the meaning Bhasharta, to speak. So therefore, this is different, totally different one. All these things, yeah, we can discuss only now, once in a while only we discuss. It's not going to be discussed frequently again and again. So please ask questions with regard to that. How much value does it carry? Definitely it carries some values. We gain more actually. So something will be always be written. So since we are doing elaborately, let's do it and ask questions. Compare with the dhatus in other Gana, why it is. I don't know, I also will find out and tell you. Okay, so we stop here and we will meet on Friday. Tonight, today I'm going out. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow and Thursday also I will not be here. So class will not be there. The other class, Upanishad class or the chanting class. Ganesh, please note the Wednesday no class. We can meet on some other day, which is convenient for all of you. We can meet.
Yes,
Okay.
Shanji. Yes, Shanji.
We will meet on Thursday. So when I come back, if you are all right, if you are okay with the class on Friday, we can have chanting class on Friday.
Yes.
Friday is okay.
After Saṃskṛtam class, or before Saṃskṛtam class, we can have, and after that we can do Saṃskṛtam. Okay. So we stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanta Shanta Shanti Harihi Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Harihi Om. See, we are doing in very elaborately this Gana. One Gana itself, it takes some more time. But our language part, like infant reader reading or Anton exercises, that is also important. We are not doing that. We don't have time. If that we want to do, we will need to have another class. But already we have 2 classes a week. So one more class I don't want to introduce and it will be too much for you. So you tell me what to do. But Anton,
After this Gana completion, we can go for that reading sometime and then can come back again. So
Gana,
that
we have to do 5th Gana, then 7th Gana, 8th Gana, then first, 2nd Gana, and 3rd Gana. When you do 3rd Gana, we have to talk about this Abhyasa Karya, duplication. A lot of things will be there. It will.
Yeah.
It's a separate topic. It will go for many classes.
No, I'm saying after finishing this Gana itself, we can
Ah.
go for reading for some time and then we can come back to other Ganas.
Okay. After the Churati Gana, we can do infant reader. Okay.
Reading.
And I wanted to teach you Sananta and called desiderative.
Yes,
Sananta,
Ranji, that's what I wanted to ask you. Sananta and Sati Saptami.
Karakas we have to do in elaborate.
Yeah, Karaka, yeah, half
Karaka, I'm preparing. I'm not having time. I'm doing it elaborate. I will do it. We'll do it. I'm on the job that. Then this pratyaya itself. Adadatuka lakaras we have to see. Lit lakara, many from it. Lit lakara is there. Lut lakara is there. Lung lakara is a very big topic. I mean, sorry, not lung lakara. Then ring lakara. Then late lakara. Better late than never. Late lakara also is there. We can do that. Late is used. All these adadatuka lakaras we have to do. Then namadatus are there. So many things are there.
Now, can we do one weekly one day
Yeah,
dhatus
Sananta
and
is
one
if you
day
Yeah,
one day
Exercise.
infant reader? Infant
Yeah,
reader.
we will complete infant reader, and after that we will do Anton volume 1, then Anton volume 2. Anton volume 1, volume 2 is a very good exercise. Then we can do that. Bhandarkar book is a soft copy. I will send you Bhandarkar volume. All these things it will take many classes. many years also, I don't know. This is about developing the language, and one class for this. Okay, elaborately. But this will take time. I think I don't know. I thought finishing the Gana, Sarvadhartaka Lakaras, and then doing Adadhartaka Lakaras. So when you do Adadhartaka Lakara, that time all the other Lakaras will come. But Sarvadhartaka Lakara itself, only 4 Ganas we have done. 5, then 7, 8, 9, then 1 and 2 had to do. After that, Sarvadhartaka Lakara you have to go. Then we have, it's okay. I mean, we don't have time. We have got only 1 class. I mean, 2 classes a week. So it takes some time. It goes a long time. It's okay. So you tell me, I'm free. Free means I can give time if you're interested. But you will be overburdened with the many things. So let us see. We do whatever is possible.
ಜಿ.
Okay. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.